Hello, my name is Miss Gail. I am the main and only art teacher at Wickham Elementary, and I also teach 3 sections at Alexander. Both of those schools are here in the Iowa City Community School District. And today I have a fun sub-lesson ready and prepared for my kindergarteners. So to start us off, we're going to listen to the story, The Berenstain Bears and the Messy Room. And while you're watching this story, I want you to be thinking about, do you have a clean room or a messy room? Because we, when we're done watching the story, are going to create our own rooms using paper, markers, scissors, and glue. And I'm really excited. So make sure your voices are in 0. Make sure you're on your bottom crisscross applesauce. And when everyone's ready, we're going to hit play to watch our story. Be back in just a couple minutes. Alrighty, so we're back. And what we need today are a few really simple things that we use a lot in the art room. The first is going to be just a plain piece of paper. We could do white, gray, any light colored paper that we can. We're also going to want some scraps of construction paper. I have some yellow and blue here, but any scraps that we have are good. We're going to use some fine tip markers today so that we have really nice details. And then we're also going to need scissors and glue to attach our papers to our main piece. The example I have for you today is a very messy room, and I created this room with things that I like in it. So I created out of paper with rectangles my bed. I used half circles for my shoes, a big oval for my rug, a square for my toy box, and then I made different kinds of rectangles to make my dresser. Once I cut those out and glued them on my paper, I took markers to add details like my trains, my paintings, my calculator, my pile of books, my windows, my details on top of my dresser, and a couple other things. Notice that I have something everywhere in my room. Even though it's dirty, if your room is clean, most of our stuff has a place to go, so don't forget to add those. What we'll do first is cut out the shapes that we need. So for my bed, I made this L rectangle. I also cut other little rectangles to show the legs of my bed. Oh, that one doesn't quite seem to match. I'm going to swap it out for a rectangle that fits just a little better. All right, so if I find where I want these to go, then I would glue them down. I also cut a nice oval for my rug. I made a rectangle for my dresser. I cut out some other rectangles for my dresser drawers. And if there's anything else you can think of, you'll just cut out the shape that you need and glue it on your paper. When we're done gluing, I'll add my pillow I made here. Maybe I want to have a couple of messy things on my floor. When I'm done with those, then I'm going to take my markers and add all those other details. So if my bed had a nice fluffy blankie, I might draw that on there. If I was reading some books from the other day, I might use shapes that I already know, like squares and rectangles, to make some books that are open and on the floor, because it's a messy room. Maybe I have blocks that I was piling up and making something out of. Maybe you have a lamp on your dresser, so you can add that too. But what everybody needs to do is have a finished room that we did some cutting and gluing and some drawing with. So coming back to my example for you all, make sure that your rooms are all the way finished and colored in. And when you're all done, double check that your name is on the back. Alrighty, friends. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Be kind and respectful to our sub and have fun making your room, whether it's going to be nice and clean or really messy. See you next week.